Now, I wanted to make sure that our little friend Noelle didn't give away all the butterflies, because some of you may find your mind drifting, which is absolutely okay, and there are butterflies around the space for you to discover as well. Easter may come at first in the shape of an empty cross, but it holds at its hollow core the mystery of rebirth. And getting there takes time. Take time for the mystery. After all, what ancient longing or inchoate hope has brought you here today? What has been quietly germinating within you and will by no means be fully satisfied by 1 hour's Easter service? Take time for the mystery. We in Maine know something about this. It's not only how severe the winter can be, it's the waiting for spring to finally show itself in the crocuses and the daffodils and the forsythia. It takes time for the earth to warm up, for those bulbs to set forth that first new root, and then shoot for the leaves, and then flower. Take time. Take time for the mystery. We cycle through the whole year of Jesus' life liturgically in the church in just 1 year. And in fact, in a compressed kind of view, we get Christmas and 3 months later, Easter. But his life was actually 33 years. Now, by some standards, that may be short, but think back 33 years ago. Where were you? We discover so much unfolding and changing and churning. 33 years ago, I was an associate pastor in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Greg was commuting to New York City. Our children had not been born yet. Take time for the mystery. There was no hurry. Even in Jesus' death, God waited a full 3 days to show forth what had been accomplished: new life, resurrection in Jesus. Take time for the mystery. Our comprehension of it comes less like knowing that 2 + 2 = 4, and more like the knowing of a friend or a partner or a child, a full human. In love, we see lives unfold before us. We think we know who they are, and yet there are surprises, new discoveries, revelations, secrets, disappointments, long-held hopes. And then at some point, if we watch carefully, the judgment fades away and love is just packed full of omega-3 oils and grace and gratitude, deep, deep gratitude. Will we ever know truly unless we take time for the mystery? Because mystery does not simply come in full solid form like an elephant on your chest, and it does not stay around as real as a rock. It is more like that floating speck in your eye that you can never quite bring into vision. You know it's there, but every time you move your eye, it moves too. But even so, its realness is in love. Its realness is in love. It is in the very act of proclaiming it that it moves from fable to fullness. And once we have proclaimed the resurrection, we begin to start seeing it, just like the disciples did. It was in their proclaiming it that they begin to start seeing it. In truth, the early church could not make sense of it for some while. Almost all the early alleluias were expressed with a question mark. Alleluia? What resurrection really meant only began to show itself 40, 50, 80 years later, and then the community digested and metabolized the good news and discovered its powerful, energizing force in a time when they were persecuted. They discovered resurrection gave them life and courage and strength, and in that hope they learned to be community, to face trial and persecution, to serve one another, to love more boldly. And by doing these things, they discovered that resurrection was not only mystical in meaning, it had real magnitude in their lives. Take time for the mystery. Do not let it be finished today, as though you have checked off a Christian obligation. Eggs hidden, check. Roast in the oven, check. An hour at church, check. Rather, tonight, as you look deeply into the face of someone you love, or tomorrow as you kneel in the garden and notice some tiny green shoots breaking through the earth, or 3 weeks from now, when one you mourned so bitterly somehow walks beside you and speaks to a common soulfulness that you can feel. Or a month from now, when despite all political anxieties and painful uncertainties, you find yourself surprisingly steeped in joy. Take time for the mystery. For the Christian confession, Christ has died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again, is not meant to be an expression of our lips only, but a showing forth from our lives. Take time to find companions for the journey, a community willing to explore the mystery with you, to name both its goodness and the challenge of Jesus' life, the bitter, wrenching mundanity of his death, and the strange, bold, mending power of his resurrection. Take time for the mystery. Yes, today, it may be all pink and yellow and shouts of joy, but do not be disappointed if resurrection takes time to take root in you. Know and trust that this is how it must be, that all things born to beauty must rest a while, as the bulb needs its season in the cold before they can come forth. All things born to beauty must struggle in great labor to push through, must take time to grow and to bloom. Take time for the mystery.